So today we're going to talk about the customer decision-making process. If a brand really wants to be a strong brand and chosen by the customers, it's very important to understand how customers make decisions. And in today's world, it's an omni-channel world. People make decisions in the store, they make decisions online, they make decisions using their telephone. And so we really have to understand the customer decision-making process in order to build strong brands. In the first section, we're going to define what shopper marketing is. We're going to define the customer decision-making process and recognize that it's a staged process. And we're going to talk about this process being 24/7 in an omni-channel world. So first, what is shopper marketing? Today, brands understand that in order to really be the brand of choice, you have to understand what happens when a consumer becomes a shopper. And that means a consumer is ready to make a purchase. And so shopper marketing is understanding the decision-making process from a shopper point of view. Understanding that consumers or shoppers make impulse purchase decisions. They buy on habit, they buy on emotion, they buy on intuition. They make decisions based on what they see and what they don't see. And they think of the shopping process in terms of what is personally relevant to them. Who am I shopping for? When do I use it? The brand has to be in the shopper's life in order to make sense to the shopper. And this shopping process is a multi-stage, multi-channel process. So what are the stages of the buying process? It's not that someone just goes into the store and makes a purchase. It actually occurs in many different stages. First, the consumer has to understand that they have a need, and that this need can be satisfied by making a purchase. That's when they turn into a shopper. Then, once they discover they have a need that can be satisfied by making a purchase, they need to identify products that will satisfy that need. They need to get information about those products. They need to evaluate those products, purchase the products once they make the evaluation. And then, once they purchase it, they use the product, they relate to the product, they decide if the product was good or not, and then they decide whether they're going to repurchase the product or tell somebody else about the product. So those are the different stages of the buying process. And again, in today's world though, this process is not just done offline, it's an omni-channel process. So you may discover you have a need from your phone. You may look for information about the brand or about the different products you're considering on your phone, online, in the actual store. It may be through advertising. And all of these different stages can occur in all different media, either online or offline. Furthermore, in today's world, the buying process or the shopping process can take place 24/7. In the daytime, you may actually go to an actual store to make a purchase. But at night, you might be shopping online, off the internet, off your phone. And so a marketer, if they want their brand to be the brand that's chosen, has to understand this complex decision-making process that operates in 24/7, all the time, all day, every day, 365 days of the year. In the rest of the session, what we'll do is go through each of these different stages that I identified and understand what the decision-making process is at each of these stages. If you're a brand and you want to be purchased, you've got to make sure your brand is being considered in each one of these stages. If your brand falls out of consideration in an earlier stage and never makes it to the purchase stage, you then have a better idea of what you should do to get your brand to be considered. So it's very important to understand this decision-making process and understand the strength of your brand at each stage.